foolishly, instead of calling to check if the load was ready, I decided to leave my comfortable parking spot. Prime, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. It is a second language. How's it going, guys? It's the Peruvian trucker back with another video. I'm still here in Walmart where I delivered my last load, and literally a couple minutes after I finished recording the last video, I got my next load. And I messaged my dispatch earlier today asking how were the loads looking. It's Saturday, Memorial Day weekend, and they said that the reply was basically that they were looking thin. Loads were looking thin. So then I replied to that asking if there was any chance I would get something before Monday, and his response was hopefully. So not the answer that I wanted to get, but I gotta appreciate the honesty, I guess. While I was recording the ending to the last video, I got it's usually 3 notifications where they send you like the proposed next load, the estimated settlement, and asking if that's a good load. I didn't get that. I got 7 messages in a row. Basically, they just assigned a load to me without even asking. And if it was any other weekend, I would probably be a little upset because they just dumped. I know that sounds wrong. I'm sorry. They didn't dump a load on me. There's no loads. I'm appreciative. Prime, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. It is a second language. No, usually, if it was any other scenario, I would probably be a little upset that they just assign a load to me without asking. But beggars can't be choosers, guys. So this is a Mastronardi load. It picks up in Detroit, which is 70 miles south from where I'm at. The thing is that, as I mentioned, it is Saturday, Memorial Day weekend, and the load is scheduled to pick up on Monday. Now, I've been to Mastronardi a couple times. I actually like picking up from there. They have bobtail parking, which means that I could actually go there right now. But I'm still a little iffy about the fact that it picks up on Monday. I really don't want to drive to Detroit only to... I'll find a place to park, but to find out that they're closed. But we'll see. But because it picks up on Monday also, there's no rush. I do want to take a shower before I go there, so there's a Love's 20 miles away from where I'm at right now. I'm just going to stay here tonight because I'm already parked by the Walmart at the end of the street, and wake up early tomorrow, go to the Love's, park, shower, go to my pickup location, and just basically sit there until the trailer is ready. If it's ready then we can start driving. But I can only drive so much because it's a 2-stop load, and the first stop is a Walmart distribution center, meaning that I can't show up earlier than an hour before my appointment time. And I haven't even looked at the appointment time. Doesn't really matter. It picks up on Monday. So I think that the appointment time for, I think it's probably Tuesday because the last stop is Wednesday at 8 in the morning. So in Tennessee. But yeah, I mean, as you guys know, I try to drive as much as I can. So again, even first order of business, I guess, is we're gonna wake up early tomorrow, Sunday, drive to Love's, take a shower, drive to Mastronardi, wait until that trailer is ready. If the trailer is ready, we'll keep driving. If not, we'll just wait until it's ready, and then if it's ready late in the afternoon, we'll probably just drive through. We'll wait until late in the night and take it to, or as close to my first stop through the night. Good morning, guys. So it's another day. It's 7 in the morning, almost 7 in the morning. I'm just going to buy some stuff at the Walmart real quick, and we're gonna go to the Love's so I can take a shower. And we're just gonna take a 34 there, or finish our 34, and then we'll go to our pickup location. Today is Sunday. It doesn't pick up until tomorrow at 7:30 at night, but they're open 24 hours and they have parking, so I can get there anytime between tomorrow night and anytime between tonight and tomorrow night. Yeah. Okay, so we're back in the truck. I'm roughly 8 weeks into this 30-week challenge. I'm not really keeping count. It's just until at least Thanksgiving, if I complete my goals, which have changed a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a different video or at a different time. The thing is that as of late, I've been trying to work out more consistently and more seriously. I finally kind of planned out a routine of exercises. So I just bought some pre-workout to, I guess, get the most of my workouts in the truck. And I also bought just some workout clothes so I don't sweat my usual stuff. And we are good to roll. So this load, again, today it's Sunday morning. This load doesn't pick up until tomorrow at 7:30 at night. It's a drop and hook. It's only a 600-mile load. It picks up tomorrow, Monday at 7:30 at night. The first stop delivers around 6 in the morning at a Walmart distribution center in somewhere in Ohio. The navigation is loading right now. And the second stop delivers Wednesday at 8 in the morning in Tennessee. So more than enough time to get that all the way through with one drive shift, really. But because it's a Walmart distribution center, it's complicated. It's only like 300 miles, if I'm not mistaken, for the first drop off. And I really have to time it right, because if I take off at 7:30 at night, there's really no places to park in between that and my delivery, even though I can make it fairly quickly. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to sit at Mastronardi until, I want to say, 10 at night. You know, give me a 2-hour window in case there's any issues or emergencies, and I'll make sure I make it on time. And after that, we're probably just going to take advantage of the fact that we're going to be, well, it depends on how quickly they unload me, but more than likely, Walmart's unload you fairly quickly. So if I'm unloaded by 7, 8 in the morning, I have a good window to just drive the rest of the way, get us close to my last stop in Tennessee, and park at around 2, 3 in the afternoon, the latest, so I can just drive the extra 5, 10, 15 miles the next day prior to my appointment time. That's the plan for the load. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to drive to a Love's that's 15 miles away. I'm going to work out. I'm going to shower. Maybe I'll build the Lego that I have in the back. I really don't know what I'm going to do to wind down the rest of the free time that I have. But that's the plan so far. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I just showered. I'm about to do laundry. But it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon and this Love's is virtually empty. I mean, of course there's trucks, but there's so many spots. Which means that I could have been here yesterday. You live, you learn. It is what it is.
The next day.
Well guys, so we are already at Mastronardi. It is 11 in the morning and my pickup is not until 7:30 at night. And I'm only like 4 hours away from my drop off, which is a Walmart distribution center in Ohio. And I gotta deliver at 4 in the morning. So we're probably gonna sit here until I complete my 10-hour reset and drive through the night. It's only again 4 hours, and then take it all the way to as close to the 90 or the second and last stop as we can, and we'll go from there. So it's about to be 7 o'clock in the afternoon and my load has been ready for about 2 hours. They called me at around 5:30 and they told me my paperwork was ready, and I was like, okay, thank you, but I stayed in bed because I figured I didn't have to pick it up because it doesn't matter. But they called me again at like 6:30, so went to the office, signed the paperwork, picked it up, came back, and I'm still in my cab, parked bobtail. Trailer is in door 13, but I'm just killing some time because I'm less than 5 hours away from my first stop, including my fuel stop. And yeah, I mean, I don't have to deliver until 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning really, because it's Walmart, so I can't really leave until 10 o'clock at night. And after I deliver there, I can take it all the way to as close to Nashville as I can, because I'll just take my off-duty break on my first stop. If I leave any sooner, I run into the risk of not finding a place to park in the middle of the night, and if I do, I'm going to have to take an off-duty break, which will mess up my drive. And if it sounds like I've talked about my pickups and drop-offs on this load so many times, it's because that's the way I do it. I'm constantly checking and double checking my stops and the hours I have to be there, because I want to make sure I'm as efficient as I can with my clock, and also to make sure that I make it on time every time. Which has worked for me so far, save for the one time in which I got caught in California. But yeah, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna try to sleep for like another hour, and I'm gonna eat something, and then we're gonna roll.
No, I don't know how to set up the river. You know how to set up.
Guys, so it's 3:08 in the morning. I just got checked in at the guard shack. Just gotta go to my door and wait to get unloaded.
And we're not talking about someone else's sentimentality anymore. We're talking about mine. My name is Rob Harvilla. This is 60 Songs That Explain the 90s, and it's time for Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog. That riff is like a reissued 1962 Fender Stratocaster plugged directly into your soul, or at least my soul. Harder now than any one song by either Pearl Jam or Soundgarden, though I still love both those bands dearly and blast their music at my house, often to the consternation of my loved ones. Hunger Strike is a pure thunderbolt of nostalgia, not the cheap kind, the exquisite kind. Why this song? as opposed to Alive, or Spoonman, or Corduroy, or Outshined, or Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, or whatever? Probably it comes down to
Good morning. It's another day. It is 7:13 in the morning, and I'm already checked in and waiting for a door. So my delivery is at 8 in the morning, but I showed up at like 6:50 in the morning, thankfully, because my GPS sent me to their wrong facility. I'm here in Nashville at a Fresh Point Nashville facility, and they have two warehouses. They're not that far from each other, but on my notes it said that it sends you to the wrong address, so I showed up a little bit earlier just to make sure I was at the right spot. And I wasn't at first, but now I am. They were only like half a mile apart, and it's really tight. I got here to the right one at like 7:05. I checked in, and they asked for my phone number, and they're like, "We'll call you when we're ready for you." And I'm like, "Where do I park?" And they were like, "Now you gotta find a place to park." And there's space, there's room, but still not ideal. I found a parking spot, or at least a place to sit until they ask me to move, if they don't call me sooner. Well, so it's another day, another load. I delivered my last load at Fresh Point in Nashville earlier today. Well, actually earlier yesterday. It's 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning at this point. Yesterday at 8 in the morning, and by 10 o'clock I was back at the Loves where I parked the night before, and I had already received my next load, which is this load that I'm waiting for. It's a Tyson load that picks up in northern Nashville going to Illinois. I called them at around 11 or noon when I received that load to check if the trailer was ready. They said no, and that their drop dead time was midnight. I went to sleep. I woke up at midnight to a message from my dispatch asking me if I was already at my O1 or at the pickup facility. I replied no, my ETA is 15 to 30 minutes. And foolishly, instead of calling to check if the load was ready, I decided to leave my comfortable parking spot at the Loves and head over to my pickup, assuming that it would be ready. Well, it's not. And we're just gonna chill here. I already dropped the trailer at the Tyson facility. I'm Bobtail. I'm here at a QT a mile away. we're just gonna try to get some more sleep before having to go, I guess. We'll check on the load in like an hour or two. Hey guys, so it's 6:30 in the morning and my trailer is ready. The thing is that at this point, all the time that I've spent sitting here at this quick trip, waiting for the trailer since 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, it's considered my my off-duty break, because I drove the 10-15 minutes from the Loves to my pickup, and I went into off-duty after that. So if I were to move right now, my 14-hour clock won't stop until I'm done. The place that I'm delivering is 550 miles away, so about 10 hours, maybe a little less if I go 65, but it doesn't matter. If I get there earlier than my appointment time, if I get there earlier than my appointment time, they're gonna send me away until my appointment time. So I have to plan my route to get there exactly an hour before. If not, maybe an hour and 30 minutes. I think that will be enough. But I can just like drive right now and get there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because if I had to find somewhere else to park, I'm gonna run out my clock. So right now I'm just waiting until 10, 11-ish so I can get to my pickup location. Again, it's only a mile away, attached to my trailer, and start moving. But that's where we are right now. My plan originally was to pick up at 1 in the morning. Granted, the load would have been ready because it should have, and I should have checked before I moved. But the plan was to drive all the way to Manuka, which is an hour away from my delivery location. Wait there until 10, and then drive the extra hour. But that's not the case anymore. We're just going to, wait a little bit longer, just take it all the way to the delivery. Well guys, so we are at the Manuka terminal. I'm waiting for my trailer to get washed. They took 5 hours and 30 minutes to be done with unloading me at the Aldi facility in Batavia. And then I just drove here, just taking care of everything before I park, exercise, shower, and pass out. I'm gonna take advantage of the facility, wash some stuff that I have, and we'll go from there. I'm tempted to ask them, what time is it right now? It's 6:45 in the morning. I'm tempted to ask my dispatch to set my availability for 4 o'clock tonight, just to give me another 10 hours starting like right now, because I didn't really get proper sleep while waiting for this load to be unloaded. But I don't want to mess myself up. I want to make sure I don't know. I just like, I feel like me intervening or me interfering with what my dispatch will potentially send me can throw me on a bad path, if that makes any sense. But yeah, we're just going to play it by ear, see what they send us, and go from there. And I'll catch you in the next one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And yeah, I'm too tired right now, guys. I'm sorry. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.